Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, depending where you are. Welcome to the Trimble University session. Today we are going to be talking about our UAS solutions, and we will be covering some of the recent updates to the UAS master and TBC aerial photogrammetry, and cover some of the Trimble office software strategy when it comes to UAS. I hope you can all hear me okay. If not, just type in the chat window. And also, if you have any questions throughout the webinar, please make sure to type those into the questions window, and we'll make sure we will address them. So this is Boris Kopchak speaking. I'm the market manager for the geospatial office software for survey and mapping. And today with me, I have Christian Weisse, a market manager for remote sensing office software. Hey, Christian.
Hey, Boris. Hello, everyone.
Cool. So maybe if you can advance to the next slide, Christian. So just a brief agenda. We will start with the updates to the office software portfolio, talking about US Master version 9 and the respective changes to the TBC aerial photogrammetry, covering some of the release information, and going to the parts and pricing changes that come with this release. We'll spend some time as well talking about our overall position with the UAV solutions. Since you're no longer in the hardware game, what does that mean for us and our distribution partners when it comes to the office software? Discuss a little bit more about target customers and changing landscape in the UAV industry, and how we position ourselves, and what makes the Trimble solution unique or different. We will try to make sure we have about at least 10 to 15 minutes for questions towards the end, so please make sure to type in any questions into the chat window. With that, I'll pass it over to Christian to kind of take us to some of the updates to the office software.
Thank you very much, Boris. And what Boris mentioned, I will start here in general with the release information of US Master version 9.0 or TBC Advanced Photogrammetry module. And let's start with the most important information: when the new release is available for both lines, TBC, APM, and US Master. The release is end of March. In the next 2 weeks, you will have this version available. And the second most important information here is: what are the highlights, what are the news, what are the unique things in this release? We will have 3 highlights of US Master. And the first highlight is that we improved the project setup handling in the software to reduce the complexity and to support an easier workflows for customers, loading the data sets, calibrating the cameras, and using the images directly for processing. Here we did some improvements to make this easier for the customers. The second highlight in US Master is the possibility to generate 3D point clouds now from oblique data sets, not just from native data sets, now also for oblique data sets to support new applications or new opportunities to use US data. That's a very important highlight. And last but not least, US Master 9.0 is still also integrated, linked to TBC, to offer surveyors a streamlined workflow using UAS data for mapping projects. That's the 3 things: easier setup handling, 3D reconstruction, and the integration and link to TBC. Now I will give you some more details about the different highlights. First one, what I mentioned, the usability enhancement during the project setup. US Master supports now the automated selection of parameters based on the loaded image data. That means camera information and as well as XYZ information will be automatically read and used in the US Master software. This makes the software more intuitive so that also non-photogrammetric photogrammetrists or new customers can set up project easier to save button line time. And you see here in the video that the EXIF information will be used for the XYZ information and also for the camera information, which you see here will be automatically loaded from the data so that users don't have to set up this manually. That increase the usability a lot. And here you see also the available XYZ information from each data set, which is the perfect base for the next steps. That means the automatic selection of default settings happens now in US Master 9.0, and the camera information will be automated read it from the input data sets based on the EXIF information. That's the first highlight. The second highlight in US Master and TPC Advanced Photogrammetry is the 3D reconstruction capabilities. And the base for 3D reconstruction is the georeference of close-range imagery in this version. That means images from handhelds or from UAV systems and or multi-copter oblique viewing data sets can be automatically georeferenced in this new version. That means US Master automatically orientate the image from arbitrary flights or collecting path. You can see it here in the screenshot that the positions of input images will be automatically loaded to reconstruct an object later on in the workflow. That's cool, and this was not possible before. The second part of the 3D reconstruction highlight in US Master is the capability to generate 3D point clouds from the data sets. That means from the georeference data sets. US Master supports in this way the 3D processing and not just only the 2.5D processing. In this new version, you can generate point clouds from oblique images or path around objects. That's quite cool. And this also in addition to the nadir processing from data sets that's looking from the top to the down. But please note, you can also combine nadir and oblique data sets in one project to create such 3D point clouds automatically with the new version. And the new version supports also images from some consumer-grade cameras. That's also quite good. And the quality and density of the 3D point clouds are competitive to solutions in the markets. That's also really, really important. This new capabilities, the 3D reconstruction, that means the 3D point cloud generation, and before the 3D georeferencing opens new opportunities or new applications using UAV data sets, for instance, for facade reconstruction, infrastructure inspection, and other surveying tasks. And here comes the link to TPC into our focus. That's the third highlight, that US Master in general has a link, a tight link to TPC. That means survey customers can send US Master results to TPC. They can connect all survey workflows data into one project. That's really, really important. And TPC users can visualize, edit, process the deliverables from photogrammetric point clouds to offer completely new applications and opportunities, facade reconstruction, earthworks, or stockpile volumes calculations, and things like that. That's the three highlights, what you have to know. That means the easy project setup, the 3D reconstruction, and the link to TPC. And now here in this slide, some important limitations of the US Master release. The first one is that we're supporting now image resolutions up to 100 megapixels. Before, it was only possible to load data with a resolution of 50 megapixel. Now we have 100 megapixel, but an additional limitation is established here. The project data sizes is limited to 300 gigapixel per project to have a differentiation to the info suite in general. Some other facts. The new version is using all available information for georeferencing. This is also a unique feature for our solution. That means camera, GNS, IMU information will be automatically used. US Master offers automated camera calibration when the camera parameters are unknown. That increase also the usability. And last but not least, we're supporting common UAV camera systems from Delair, Microtron, Sensefly, DJI, and also camera systems from Sony, Canon, Nikon, Olympus, Phase One, and others. But please note, the new versions do not support currently fisheye systems and multispectral camera models. That means camera systems from Microsense and Sequoia. That's very important to know. That means we increase the resolution capabilities to load datasets up to 100 megapixels. The overall size is limited to 300 gigapixel. It's big enough. And we're supporting the typical camera systems to work with data from such systems. Let's go over now to important information from the sales perspective. The first one, I gave you already the answer. When is the new version is available? It's end of March, the next weeks. And how will customer get the download and license information? Here I can inform you that all users with a valid maintenance contract will get the new version at no charge, free of charge. And the license team will send out the download and license upgrade information for all customers under maintenance via email end of March. That's also important. Now we go over to the changes in offering the software. And here we're changing some prices and we have some changes in the offering in general. And first of all is that for the US Master perpetual license, we will change the prices. Details follows in the next slides. The US Master maintenance renewal, here we will have also some pricing changes, and also we changing the prices for the upgrade possibilities from a US Master Lite version to a full version. That's more or less the pricing changes. The offering of the rental of the US Master version is not possible anymore with version 9.0. That means rentals are end of life. That means customer have the chance to purchase the full version only. The biggest changes in offering the US Master software in general are for research or light and educational offerings or customers. Let's start with the research versions. All customers under maintenance purchased or having a research license of US Master will get the full version or handled as a customer with a full version with US Master 9.0, and we stop offering the research license offerings with US Master 9.0. That means also the maintenance renewal will not be possible anymore with the new release, and also the rentals of the research license will be not available. And of course, the update of the license. That means research is not there anymore with US Master 9.0. Compared to this, the US Master Lite product will be also not available anymore with US Master 9.0. That means all customers with the Lite versions will be automatically upgraded to the full version if they are under maintenance. The maintenance renewal will be not there anymore, the offering, the part, and also the rental of the Lite version will be not possible. And the update, of course. And last but not least, the US Master Educational Package, offered directly as an info part, will be also set end of life, but will be replaced with the TBC Educational Package. And this part will be available also for the info dealers to sell to the customers. That means, in the summary, US Master perpetual license is our main offering now. All light customer under maintenance will be upgraded to the full version. That's the good news. Research customers have to renew the maintenance based on full versions because we will handle them as full, or they can switch to the TBC educational package. That's good. Now, and the US Master educational customers or parts will be replaced by the TBC educational package. But the maintenance for those packages are free of charge. That's also very important. Let's take a look to the pricing changes or some details about the pricing changes. First of all, what I already mentioned, we changed some prices. For instance, for the US Master perpetual licenses, here we increased the prices by 4%. You see from $8,195 to $8,495. Did you see it? That there are some changes. There are also changes in renewing the maintenance for a US Master perpetual license. Here we increase the prices more compared to the perpetual license, but we decrease the prices for customers having a light version. And once out of maintenance, of course, because light customers under maintenance will be automatically upgraded to the full version, and customers out of maintenance have the chance to upgrade to the full version with a decreased price of the US Master upgrade package. Here we decreased the price by 60%, what you can see here. For the TBC, Advanced Photogrammetry module, we increased the prices, what I already mentioned. You see it from 6,000 to around 7,000 US dollar, or the same here for Euro. And there's also an increase of the maintenance renewals for the TBC APM products by around 70%. And also for the maintenance renewal, reinstallment, of course. Again, as a summary, that's very important to know. US Master version 9.0 is a free upgrade. For customers on current maintenance. That's very important. US Master educational and research products now obsolete. They can use the TBC edu all package. That's the TBC educational package. US Master Lite is obsolete. We have an iterative upgrade path to a full license for customers without maintenance in this context. And in general, the rental options are also not available anymore with this new release. Last but not least, here in this context, what are our go-to-market activities in the next time, and which marketing material is available for US Master and TBC APM? We updated the US Master tech sheet. It will be available via the website, of course, so that you can download it. We updated or updating currently the info price book, so that you have an overview about the current offerings, options, and the pricing. It will be contain also the TBC educational package, so that info dealers can sell this directly. And end of April or mid of April, we will offering a free US Master web-based training for all interested customers and dealers, of course. And here, this training has 2 sessions, where each session has 5 parts, and 4 parts based on 2 hours each of them. It's technical sessions, followed by the last session where you can directly ask question or check things with the support engineers if something is not working well. And for this, we have two sessions. Starts mid of April and end of April in different time zones that you are flexible to select the session which works best on your site. That's currently my information about the releases itself, some technical informations and the differences in the offerings. If you have any question, you can directly ask now or at the end of the presentation, whatever works for you. So that I would hand over to Boris.
Thank you, Christian, for the overview of new releases. It seems that we are addressing two of the biggest concerns that we have been hearing over the last year, which was the ease of use of the UAS master and ability to support oblique images fully. So I really hope this announcement of UAS Master 9.0 and integration with TBC generates some excitement here with folks in the audience. Covering some of the recent and upcoming announcements, so we got approached by all three of these hardware manufacturers recently with desire to support more seamless workflows with TBC. And you probably have seen a micro drones announcement that went out on February 19th about seamless integration with TBC. There are similar discussions going on with Delair as well as SenseFly. So most of the discussions are revolving around those manufacturers having the ability to export JXL files directly from the field, so we can simply drag and drop them in TBC and treat them like and process them in a similar fashion we did a UX5 or X100 when we had those hardware products in our portfolio. So that will make the ease of use and integration with the UAS master even more seamless. So those are some of the stuff to be looking out for. Next. So in the next 10 minutes or so, we just kind of wanted to discuss our UAS strategy and positioning, and maybe help address some of the questions or concerns that you might have in terms of Trimble being present in this space, as far as at least as far as office software is related. So the next. Just an overview of Trimble and US solutions and some of the recent movements that we had in the portfolio. So we completed the transaction to Delair in 2017. So Trimble officially no longer carries hardware, US hardware product, and Delair and Microdrones, as per the contract agreement, remain our preferred providers. We continue investing in supporting UAS solutions. As you were able to see, we continue investing heavily in Info, UAS Master, and Trimble Business Center aerial photogrammetry, as you're now seeing with the UAS Master 9.0 and updates to the TBC APM. You've probably also seen announcement from our CEC division that came out beginning of December about Trimble Stratus, which is an OEM solution of aero propeller, which targets the cloud-based processing in the earthworks, construction progress monitoring type of applications. Next. So I think you've seen this slide or a similar variation of this slide before. So there's some confusion as far as branding goes, and TBC aerial photogrammetry and UAS Master. So TBC aerial photogrammetry is geared towards a surveyor that is already having Trimble or a competitive total station GNSS solutions and looking to go into the UAS space where that user can easily integrate UAS-derived information together with the other TBC workflows. Uh, we've added US Master to TBC aerial photogrammetry. I believe it was November of 2016, so over a year now, where US Master is an integral part of the TBC aerial photogrammetry module. So if a customer owns TBC aerial photogrammetry, they also have the US Master as well. They have the choice, if the data imports directly into TBC, they have the choice to run the TBC natively built aerial photogrammetric capabilities, or for more complex operations and third-party support, you can use US Master as a utility that comes with the TBC. We also offer US Master, as Christian kind of covered, as a standalone install for somebody who has absolutely no interest in TBC, or a customer that we don't have a lot of hopes that we would convert to other Trimble hardware solutions. For that customer, we continue offering US Master as a standalone utility. And then we have the full info suite that kind of focuses on the pure professional photogrammetrist flying fixed wings or processing data from satellite images. In kind of looking at different customer personas, we've identified 4 different types of users of our UAV solutions. So the first one is that professional surveyor or geospatial service provider that is really kind of highly focused on quality, integrated workflows, and the whole field to finish with confidence message behind TBC resonates with this user. The second one is the photogrammetrist persona who maybe in the past has used full info or a competitive UAV solution like PhotoScan, and they value the quality and accuracy in photogrammetry. They don't know how to set up a total station or do anything with GNSS, so they are a photogrammetrist and they call themselves photogrammetrists. So for those users, we have the standalone US Master solution. The third category is that US service provider that might be just providing volumetrics or some quick changes over time, and that person could use a Trimble Stratus that is still kind of used with TBC or any third-party office software. His goal is to share information with the construction contractor or earthwork company very quickly. With the Trimble Stratus, it's kind of a nice visual tool, but for any professional grade earthwork operations and calculation for a data prep of or a takeoff customer, you typically will still rely on TBC or a third-party software to further analyze that information and derive high-quality results. And we also have that kind of a fourth customer that just kind of, you have a picture of Homer Simpson, they just want to fly something and see how it turns out. So these are typically customers that may go with the entry-level DJI hardware solution and try to hope to use one of the UAS online services like Drone Deploy or even Propeller or something, just to see how things are going to turn out. And we found that after a few months, these users typically kind of upgrade their hardware. Although DJI started offering more professional grade drones, we very often find these customers migrating to micro drones, the Lair or SenseFly type of a solution, and TBC, Pix4D, or a PhotoScan type of more professional office grade software. Please let me know if you agree or disagree with customer persona, or if this is how you perceive the markets in your respective regions as well, because this could vary by region. In terms of just kind of positioning, we wanna position ourselves in the top right here. So we know we are the most expensive, but we are also the highest quality type of solution in a way that we offer our customers most for their money. You can see the subscription kind of services down in the bottom and the bottom left, and there's a number of them available at this point. So Trimble Stratus kind of for us covers that space. Although we have not officially announced or released Trimble Stratus in the geospatial portfolio, we have it in the CC portfolio. So if that's something you're interested in, we can chat about that. But our go-to solutions are UAS Master and UAS Master integrated with the TBC aerial photogrammetry. That kind of clearly sets us apart. That completeness or complete solution with TBC definitely set us apart from the competition. And then for the super high-end customers, we have still our Trimble Info Suite in the top right here. Uh, how are our solutions different than others? You can see here in the bold the improvements or the additional pluses that were generated by this release. I think that's the biggest thing to pay attention. So we were perceived as less quality in terms of oblique. We were always perceived as the highest quality in the nadir space, and the UAS Master has a great reputation there, but the oblique and close range was something that we were lacking. So we believe we are now on par with Pix4D and PhotoScan in that sense, as well as dense point cloud reconstruction. We still have ways to go on the ease of use. So I would say we had 0 pluses here before this release, but we are kind of getting our first plus here, and with some of the seamless integration with the drag and drop JXL into TBC, we hope this ease of use is gonna continue to get better over the next few releases for us, and that we will catch up in that regard as well. But you can see that most of the advantages that we have result from the integrated workflow with the TBC aerial photogrammetry, especially some of the scanning enhancements that we've done with the ground extraction, point cloud classification, integrated SX10 and UAV workflows, as well as all the GIS interaction and drafting capability, and also very important, the GNSS control. So you have a full capability in a single software environment where you can process your GNSS static information and use that as a ground control, as well as your coordinate systems in TBC transfer over to the UAS Master and vice versa. Next. So our go-to solutions, or what we hope that folks here on the call promote, is the TBC field to finish, and our value proposition is ability to take the customer all the way around the clock, from ability to import survey data, perform all kind of traverse and network adjustments and level adjustments, to COGO creation, parcel creation, CAD and drafting, and then with integrated scanning photogrammetry solution, lead customers into very professional grade surface and volume analysis and corridor extraction and interaction with Trimble Access. So having a complete solution, as we kind of hear from our customers, saves time and money in terms of maintenance, operations, training, and just general workflow, minimizes kind of bouncing between exporting point clouds between 3 or 4 different software packages. Next. So again, the selling point for the TBC aerial photogrammetry are in that data integration, field to office integration. TBC supports all geospatial data. So you can import total stations, GNSS level from Trimble as well as other manufacturers. You can also bring UAV data via US master from any third-party drone operators. And what we are really proud of is that high accuracy, full geodetic support. A US master brings TBC native capabilities in TBC, additional level of troubleshooting and analysis on a highly complex UAV data sets, and ability to check that the results with other reference data in TBC. We are hearing that the ground extraction and point cloud classification in TBC is industry leading, as well as corridors and earthworks is something we are really proud of. We continue improving our CAD deliverables and CAD workflows. So every release of TBC, you will see that as well in TBC 410, and upcoming releases of TBC, we're just continue getting better in CAD as well as interoperability with Civil, Bentley, Tekla, and Enterprise JS packages. So with that, we want to make sure that we address some of the questions that came into the chat window. Please make sure to type in any questions and we'll try to address those. Alex was asking, is US Master able to support and import DJI drone data? I'm pretty confident that the answer is yes. We have actually DJI users. I've actually seen some DJI data inside TBC environment that came in via UAS master utility. So that should be a yes to that answer, Alex. Alex is asking about Airware services online. So Airware is just one of those in the list of the subscription service providers. I think that landscape is pretty dense now. I think there's probably a dozen or so at this point, or even more, UAS processing services. So I'm not sure what specific question you have, Alex, about Airware, but we can try to address that offline. The webinar is being recorded, and we'll make sure that the session is shared afterwards. To answer your question, Lucian. Alex is also asking about drone deployed precision Hawk online services and features should be compared to Airware. Yeah, again, Alex, as I said, there's a number of solutions in that space. Probably can list just off the hand 10 or 20, and they are all kind of similar in the way that they are subscription project based. They're either monthly based or they are based on the number of projects. So the Trimble Stratus solution that we've enabled, the propeller solution, is actually based on the number of projects. I believe it's like five projects is around $2,500. 15 projects is $5,000, and so on. So even these subscription-based solutions can come up to be quite expensive. So it's important to evaluate those. I don't have a full matrix that compares different subscription level services here, if that's what you're after, Alex. Sarunas is asking, Christian, this might be more for you. Said light was a low cost entry, but now 6K is too much for the company which just want to process data and have point clouds and ortho, which will use in third-party software as Autodesk Civil 3D. I guess I think Sarunas, this comes back, and I'll let Christian add to this as well, but from my point, this adds the fact of our positioning and differentiation. So if we go down that space, we can probably charge as low as $500 for UAS solutions, considering where a lot of industry is, especially subscription-based services. I think our differentiation is the high quality uh, targeting that professional surveyor or targeting professional photogrammetry that's kind of looking for a good integrated office software workflow with TBC aerial photogrammetry and US master. So we want to kind of maintain that positioning of high quality brand. And I know that may cause us to lose some of the opportunities against the low cost solutions. But in a lot of our interviews and experiences talking to customers, a lot of those people that have tried a cheap AutoCAD recap or a drone deploy type of a UAS processing service, they have eventually migrated to something more professional grade. I'll let Christian, I don't know if you want to add to that, Christian.
No, perfect answer. Maybe we can add also that the light product was also not really successful from a selling perspective. If we take a look to 2017, less than 10 people are really purchased this product in 2017.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
also.
I would say if there are customers, key accounts, or people that we wanna make their barriers of entry to Trimble ecosystem lower,
Mm.
I would recommend that we take those up with your account managers and regional sales folks, and that we work out if we need to have a attractive offering or something that will enable customers to kind of use or adopt Trimble solutions. Those can always be considered on a one by one basis. Alex is asking, does US Master use the RTK positioning of the geotips or uses the CGP, I think ground control points maybe, for improving accuracy and adjustment?
As I mentioned before, for the processing itself, it's use everything what is there. But yeah, short answer, yes. But we can also double check this later on.
Harry is asking, are there any new US Master training sessions planned for dealers?
Yeah, as I mentioned before, we have this 2 session, mid of April and end of April, where also dealer can attend, of course, to learn all the news. And if there is in general interest, then we can also offer special dealer trainings. But the idea is also with this 2 big sessions, which have 5 parts inside. This is also quite interesting for the dealers.
So Christian, if I was a distributor, how would I sign up for those?
We will send out an e-blast with all the details to sign in for these trainings in 2 weeks.
Okay.
That means you will all customers and potential customers will informed about the new release end of March, and also 2 days later or 3 days later we will send out also the training session invitations for the free online training.
I guess we need to make sure that we have our distribution list partners on that.
Correct.
Invited.
This is all people who are invited for this webinar will get also the information for the training. This is already organized.
Sounds good. Jack McIntosh is saying making sure that that their team is part of this invite. I guess if you've received invite for this webinar today, you will be, I'm assuming, on the list for the UAS master training, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, sounds good. Lucian is asking, what are users getting for the extra price increase in TBC? So the $1,000 price increase in TBC is primarily geared or fueled by the fact that we now are able to process oblique solutions from the drone images and that ease of use work in US Master, but mostly the high quality products generated from the integrated US Master workflow with support, with added support for the obliques. So in TBC current version, we don't have the ability or US Master, we don't have the ability to process full oblique images, and that capability justifies the price increase. If you add TBC intermediate with US Master, aerial photogrammetry that comes with the US Master, we are at $8,500 price point, and the Pix4D is priced at $8,700. So we believe we are very competitively priced, and as an integrated solution, we have a lot more to offer than Pix4D. I hope that answers your question, Lucian, but I think it's a great question. I'm happy that you challenged that. Let me know if that makes sense. So for all of those customers that are currently on the TBC that own TBC aerial photogrammetry, I think it's a great opportunity just by extending their warranty to get all the new capabilities without paying the penalty for the increased price. So you have a few more weeks before we make these price changes into the effect. So if you know of customers that are interested in taking advantage of this, please act in the next week or two before the price changes go into effect. I think that kind of exhausted the list of questions. Alex was asking if we would have any sessions in the UAS. I'm guessing Alex is referring to the in-person sessions. The sessions you were referring to, Christian, those were all online trainings, right? They were
Correct.
not in-person sessions. So,
but
do you know if there's opportunities for in-person sessions?
Yes, of course, opportunities are there. Yeah, but the session itself, it contains 5 parts, 4 technical parts, and the last part is more or less it's an online session. But then customer can ask or participant can ask explicitly questions what they found. That's the reason why the last session, the 5th session of each training course is a week later than the technical sessions, so that everyone can play around with their own data and have then such a feedback loop online to ask questions, share the screens and things like that.
Hey, Christian, we might have lost our participants. My computer just got a blue screen and when my computer decided to restart itself. So,
oh my God.
Yeah, so but I think we covered everything. We came to the list of questions, so at least we got 10 minutes further than we did last week.
Okay.
So I don't know what happened here, but I'm guessing they're not able to hear us at this point.
Okay.
So I'm gonna send an email out and kind of sharing the recording later on.
Yeah, that's right. But I can hear you, and I believe they can see my screen. But yeah, you're right. We are not sure. Okay, then.
Is the webinar still running?
It's still running. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we don't see any additional questions coming into the chat window. If we have not answered your question, if you typed in a question after my computer decided to restart, please send us an email to Christian and I, and we'll be happy to take your questions offline. We'll be doing a repeat of this session this afternoon at 5 o'clock Westminster or Colorado time. So if you missed anything, there's going to be another opportunity to ask questions directly. And with that, I want to thank everybody for their attendance today and great questions. Thank you, Christian, as well, for taking us through the new capabilities of US Master and aerial photogrammetry.
And,
welcome. Yeah, so have fun with TBC and US Master when we get our releases out in a couple of weeks. And thanks everybody for your attendance again. Cheers. Bye.
Bye-bye.